What's going on, world? And welcome back to the Pursuit of the Good Life podcast, your favorite podcast that helps you grow both personally and professionally. I am your host with the most, your favorite coach, the Kameron Lovelace. What's going on, guys? I hope y'all guys are doing good. Man, we are 8 days away from Christmas. Can we all agree that we all just need just a little bit of Christmas cheer, especially in this year, 2020? I think we all just need something like to look forward to, like the holiday season, not necessarily receiving gifts, but it's really just like that mindset that you get when you say that, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's just a special time, and I think that this time especially is just it's just a great time for everybody right now. So I know me specifically, I'm very much looking forward to this because me and my wife have already started putting presents under the Christmas tree. So now we looking, when she leaves for work, I'm sitting here at home seeing clients all day. So, I'm sitting here shaking up the boxes, trying to figure out what it is. And she's looking at my stuff, see what it is. So it's a good vibe in the house when it's Christmas time and you just want to put up the decorations and stuff like that. So if you haven't, hey, maybe that's what you need to uplift your household. Just decorate. You know what I'm saying? Just uplift the environment a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So y'all know that, well, maybe y'all don't know. So when it comes to the podcast, and when I come with a specific topic, it's either usually it's based on something that I have on a list that is like a topic that I specifically want to cover in terms of your pursuit of your good life and creating a great personal life. But sometimes topics just come to me based on conversations with friends, conversation with a client, or circumstances that will happen, right? And so this week was one of those weeks. So so those of y'all who have been following the podcast know that I'm also a therapist. I'm a coach. I'm a career and executive coach, but I'm also a mental health therapist, trained with school, all that. So I was having a session with one of my counseling clients, right? And so this client, just a little bit of background about this client. This client is really early 20s, been kind of on her own since she was 18. Mom was involved, dad passed away, but mom, it's kind of like, you know what, I got other kids to take care of. You gonna be good on your own, right? Kind of been growing up in poverty. So that's the background a little bit. So we were having a conversation, and one of the things that me and this client have been talking about is to really pursue the jobs, the opportunities that she really wants to pursue. She needs a car, right? But she can't get a car without first getting a driver's license. So she's in her early 20s, and she just, for whatever reason, nobody taught her how to drive, any of that. So we're having a conversation centered around that. And she's working, mind you, she's working at a factory job and making pretty good money. And she's on food stamps. So it's not like her expenses are very high. But this client, when we were talking about, okay, what does it look like, for you to get a car? She really believed that she would not be able to afford not only a car, but the upkeep of a car. So you're getting the oil changed every week, getting gas in the car, insurance. She thought that was just terribly, like, astronomically, like, expensive. And so I was like, wait, what? Who told you that? And so she said, people around her, people in her environment that come from where she come from was telling her, it's extremely expensive to have insurance, keep up a car, and put gas in it. That is just astronomically expensive. So what I did for her was I said, okay, tell me what you're making, like, month to month. And so we broke it down. And what we realized is that she is making way more than what she needs for the upkeep, the gas, and insurance of a car that she would buy, right? But the thing is, the troubling thing is that the environment that she's in told her that that you have a cap on your life, that because something that is something that you've never had before, the reason you've never had it is because it's way too expensive and it's out of your reach, when the reality was it's very within her reach, like extremely like she could literally just within a couple months time she could have the car realistically and be able to keep the insurance and be able to upkeep and all this good stuff. But she didn't realize that because of the environment, not only that she grew up in, but that she currently was residing in. And so when I think about everybody on the grand scale, and the reason I wanted to bring it to the podcast is because we put limiting beliefs on ourselves because of our environment. Watch this. Because of where you currently are right now, you may be putting limiting beliefs on the experience that you desire to have. You may really think that you cannot have nice things. You may really think that you can't go out and start a 6-7 figure business. You may think that you can never find a good man, a good woman to marry, have kids with. You may think that the things that you want, you'll never be able to have. Or you might even say, I can't have it right now. When the reality is, you might be able to get it as soon as tomorrow. And it's troubling because these thoughts and these ingrained, beliefs, they often come from the people that care about us the most, or the people that we care about the most. Our friends, our family, the people that we ride or die with, the people that we're having conversations with every day. Oftentimes, it's because of those people that frame our realities. Honestly. And so, like, honestly, like, for example, I have a good friend of mine who I met shortly after I arrived in Memphis, a frat brother of mine, Lewis. And, one day we were having conversations and I was telling him some of my plans. And he was like, it was eye-opening for me to know that I have somebody who I'm in fellowship with, like you, who is willing to dream that big. Like, I never even thought of ever dreaming something like what you're dreaming for in that specific circumstance, in that conversation we were having. And so it's a blessing to me to have you as a friend to remind me sometimes that, we serve a limitless God who wants us to have a life that is exceeding and abundantly above all that we could ask. But if you have people that are in your circle who are telling you, oh man, nah, we can't go there. It's too expensive. Oh no, you can't do that, man. You don't make enough. You can't do that. You are not capable of doing that. Some of y'all have people that are telling y'all this every day. Some of y'all have family members, parents who are putting limits on you. So I have to tell you, run away from these people who want to put a ceiling on how high you want to go. You have to, unless you want to just stay exactly where you're at. Then by all means, if you're comfortable where you're at, if you're comfortable living how you're living, then keep doing exactly what you're doing. But if you want and seek to go to a higher level, not only in like professionally, I'm not talking about just financial, I'm talking about your personal development as well, in terms of your integrity, in terms of your manhood, in terms of your womanhood, being quick to anger. You know what I'm saying? Being patient, being kind, being a better person is affected by the people that are in your inner circle. And I'm telling you, 2020 has been enough. Like within all that's been hitting us hard. So we cannot take these type of people who limit our beliefs, who put a ceiling on us just because they have a ceiling on themselves. We can't take them into 2021. We can't. It's just not the ideal situation. I'm telling you. Like you cannot break out of the first circumstances if your immediate environment is limiting what you're trying to achieve. And so sometimes that means you need to cut off, family. And that's the hardest one to cut off, is those people who have been with you for years, maybe even decades, that you got to say, look, we can talk every now and again, but like every day hanging out, I just can't be around. You just don't do that. You just don't help my situation. Like I have a friend who I've known for over 20 years. 20 years. And I ain't cut him off. I ain't saying I don't talk to him, I don't fool with him no more, but like in terms of talk with him every day, he just not on the same grind that I'm on right now. And a bachelor's and master's degree, a marriage, and a business later, I'm closer to where I want to be than where he said that he wanted to be when we first started. It's just the rules of the game. You got to learn how to cut off those people. When not and by cut off, I really mean engaging with. Like the amount of times that you're engaging with people, because it's like the conversations are different with them. And you know exactly who I'm talking about too. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, there are people that you conversate with every day that have limiting beliefs and limiting experience that they have experienced themselves. So they put their experience on yours. Isn't that crazy? How people will, just because of what they've experienced, they're going to tell you about your experience. Just because they have been a victim of this, they've been a victim of that, they're going to try to tell you that the same thing is going to happen to you. And honestly, that's crazy. Because when you are a victim and you stay a victim, you develop a victim mindset. Honestly, life is not, it's less about what happens to you and more about how you respond to life. Do you respond to life saying that, dang, this happened to me and I'm always going to be like this? I am what happened to me, not how I responded. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how a victim thinks. A victim thinks that, oh, it's okay to not have a driver's license. It's okay to just work 60 hours a week, not spending time with my family, and just work to the bone, have, bad health problems, and just have a minuscule poverty-stricken life. That's what a victim mindset thinks. But a person that has a victor's mindset in those same circumstances says that, okay, this may be how it is right now, but it will not be like this. And I'm going to work my fingers to the bone to strategically and efficiently get out of these circumstances. So what does that look like? That means I'm going to save some of my money instead of blowing it all. That means I might invest in something to upgrade my professional skills. I might need to put my skills to work. I'm going to use what's in my hands to build something for me and my family. That means that when I'm sleepy, I'm going to get up and I'm going to grind. I'm going to get up, I'm going to work out. I'm going to get up, I'm going to study. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start making changes. You can have that same exact mindset even if you're not making a lot right now. And I'm talking specifically right now to the people who haven't made it yet, the people who aren't, making 6-7 figures. I'm talking to the people who are seeking to make their version of the good life a reality. Like they're seeking more. They want to make, simple as $20,000, $30,000 more than what they're making now. You can go out and get that, but you got to use you got to use the tools that are in your hand right now. Because you think you can't do it. You believe, because of the people around you, because of your circumstances, because you're too busy looking at your circumstances instead of looking at what is it that I can do. Too many people say that I can't do this. I can't do that. Can't do this. Can't do that. Like if you spend too busy saying what you can't do, you'll never focus on what you can do. And when we get in that space, when we get in that place of what can I do, then our mind starts being creative. I think I've talked before about the reticular activating system, RAS, psychology term. Look it up. And so that literally our brain allows us, like, we can choose to focus on what we choose to. The greatest example of this is saying that, when you want a specific car, all of a sudden you start seeing that car all around you. And it isn't that these cars magically popped up, it's that your brain has now focused on getting that specific car. So in the same way, our dreams can manifest the same way. Our goals can manifest in the same way. When we are looking to achieve a specific target in our life, when we're looking to achieve a very specific thing, our brain starts to create the avenues and show us the pathways to make those things happen. You want a better relationship with your wife. You want a better relationship with your husband. You want to spend more time with them. Guess what your brain starts doing? It starts seeing, oh, there's a comedy show happen. Oh, there's a concert happen. Oh, my wife likes this. She likes that type of bracelet. Let me get that for her. Oh, she likes flowers. Oh, the flowers are on sale. Let me. And it's not that these things weren't already happening. It's that your brain has registered, I want to make a better my relationship with my wife, better relationship with my husband, better. I want to take it to another level. How can I do it? Boom. The brain says, look at this. Look at that. Start doing this. Take this extra time to do that. It's the same thing when it comes to your professional goals. You want a promotion. Okay, then your brain starts thinking, okay, what can I do to start getting that promotion? Okay, maybe I can't do that, but I can do this right here. Okay, I want to start a business. Okay, what kind of business can I start? Okay, I can't get the front on the main street with the glass. I can't get that, but I can get this. I can start here. I can build brick by brick by brick by brick. Do y'all see what I'm saying, man? Like when you have a victor's mindset, you start looking for those opportunities. You start doing those things. And I'm telling you, the people in your circle, the people in your environment can tarnish your victor's mindset. And it's not necessarily that happens all at once. It happens over time. You fellowshipping with them, you spending time with them, you turning up with them, you eating with them, you talk, like I'm telling you, you being around them, it grows and grows and grows into complacency. But at the same time, be of good cheer, because the opposite thing can happen as well. You being around somebody can help change their mindset and show them something that's never been done before. I give you an example. I used to work with a guy, a good pal of mine, and we started working together. Like immediately, like when we started talking, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to get my master's." This was after I graduated college, and he was like, "Really? Get your master's? Really think about that?" I was like, "Yeah, like this job right here. Mm-mm. This ain't the final destination for me. To go to that next level, I got to go get my master's." And he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, cool. That's what's up." And then the weeks following, he saw me studying for the GRE. Like while we were on the clock, like when we had dead time, he saw me studying. He saw me apply for the program that I graduated from, and he saw me get in it, and then he saw me leave the job because the job honestly was the job was going to hinder my studies, and it did affect my first semester. But he told me later down the line when he applied to grad school. Mm-hmm. And even now, when he's in grad school, he's I think a credit short of graduating. Like, and he told me, he said, "Bruh, honestly, like that first conversation that we had, it opened my eyes to something more." And that's what I'm telling you. Like, you have to start strategically talking to people who want to see you win. You got to start strategically talking to people who are going to take the limits off, who are going to say, who, when you say, you know, I want to make six figures, they say, all right, bet, let's go. I want to make six figures too. What can I do to help you? Can you help me too? Let's do this together. Instead of, man, you know, six figures is a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know, man. You know, we people who come from where we come from don't really get six figures. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to identify those people who are putting limits on you and identify those who take the limits off. Like I said, I'm not a whole proponent of completely and utterly cutting somebody off unless they like are blatantly disrespectful. Of course, complete and utter disrespect, yeah, you got to go off the rip. But you have to limit your engagement with those people who just are not in the best interest of you, man. It's a hard truth, and we cannot take these people into 2020 with us. It's just not going to be a good situation for us. And maybe some of you are like, man, Cam, I get it, man, but I don't have anybody like that. I don't have anybody that helps me, you know, take the limits off myself. I got nothing but I'm telling you, when you officially say in your mind, you know what, I'm going to be a victor instead of a victim, your mind, your reticular activating system specifically, will start looking for people. It will start looking for, you know, your motivational people. It'll start looking for Pursuit of the Good Life podcast. It'll start looking for certifications. It'll start looking for investment opportunities. It'll start looking for ways for you to go to that next level and present opportunities to you. Now, if you choose to take them or not, that is on you. The real question is, what will you do in 2021? And who do you need to remove? And who do you need to add to achieve those goals? Who do you need to add? Who do you need to remove to achieve the things in 2021 that you really want to achieve? I'm going to challenge everyone to make a personal and a professional goal. A personal and professional goal. And will the people in my immediate circle and the people that I engage with, people that are in my environment, will they help me achieve, or will they keep me from achieving? All right. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, smash that like button, comment on it, share it with a friend who really needs this. If you're listening to this on iTunes, please, please, please subscribe and give us that 5-star review. It helps us with, you know, expanding the podcast, letting other people know about it. They really appreciate it. Coming to you each and every single Thursday. Keep pursuing your version of the good life. Until then, I will see you next week.